easy.
All right, guys, let's get right down to it right now. Start making some cash. The first stock recommendation is a company called American Railroad Industries. They posted earnings that just recently blew away consensus. I mean, driven by a surge in demand for the hopper and tank rail cars. Now, the tank cars, they're used to transport chemicals, propane, ethanol, asphalt, corn syrup, crude oil, big, of course. Demand's going to hit 17,200 cars industry-wide. That's up from 4,900 in 2009. You can see the trajectory here. Same thing with the hopper cars. Now, they use them to transport plastic pellets, grain, cement, frac sand, getting huge, food and potash. Demand's going to be 16,000 this year, up from 4,800 in 2009. Again, serious trajectory. It may sort of plateau, but that's big numbers. In the most recent quarter, the company established records for revenue, earnings per share, and EBITDA. That's cash flow. Margins were hurt, but here's the thing, rail cars for leasing, well, they account them differently. So the real gross margin was like 30% versus 30.1%. Still pretty healthy in this business. In the meantime, here's the thing, huge opportunities, growing demand with retrofitting and repair. 22% of the float, though, in this stock is short. That means Wall Street has bet against this one. I don't know why, but there could be a massive short squeeze with this stock closing above 75. Had a great session today. That's short squeeze. My longer-term target is $90. Dani, what do you think of this one?
Charles, I wish you told me about this stock last quarter when their earnings report was terrible. They undercut everything. They did awfully first quarter, but they really rallied back, and the stock rallied back dramatically too. It's at 52-week highs, just about.
Yep, that's right.
But I'll tell you something, I like this story, and I like it because it's got a yield. It's paying about 2.25%. It's a manufacturing renaissance story, and that's a beautiful story in America, right? We want to see people come back to work.
Rev up that diesel, rev up that manufacturing diesel.
And it's benefiting from what's happening in shale. So I think I like this story. However, you know, my caveat is it's bumping up.
You wanted to go down first.
Right.
On this one, I think you might
do
have
the
missed
opposite.
a chance.
You want to buy in a breakout on this. When it closed above 75, all those shorts get squeezed to hell. You see the stock rally because they have to cover their shorts. I'll tell you what I like about this company, though. The government came out, they said they're going to pull thousands of these rails cars off because they're not meeting requirements, doing oil and ethanol because they're too dangerous. So who's going to make these new cars? American Railroad's going to make these cars. So there's big upside for
They got to either retrofit them or make. I thought they were going to do like a double haul, but that might have been too much for the industry.
And
Geetha, you're going to break the tie?
Well, no. To Dani's point, the Bakken Shale is really kind of pushing forward this shipment of oil, and they're issuing a dividend in September 23rd. I love it. I love the fact that they're issuing this dividend.
2.4% yield is what they have.
Right. Manufacturing renaissance. Anyone going to argue with that?
It's the dirty fingernail.
Dirty fingernails. That's right. Yeah.
I finally said it right too.
My only question for you are, do the shorts bother you? You said Wall Street's betting against it.
Well, the only thing I could see is when they did miss, when Dani is talking about that, well, shorts, I got to tell you, I have a personal vendetta against the shorts.
We know.
They crushed my stock before. My stock. They crushed me. You don't know how much I was worth on paper. Anyway. But when they did miss, the stock was they hammered the stock. So, I don't know exactly what the shorts see, why they're picking on this, unless they don't believe in the manufacturing renaissance. It's not overvalued in a traditional sense, like the PE ratio is not outrageous, the PIG ratio. None of that stuff is outrageous. So I'm not sure what they're exactly looking for.
Aren't they betting against basically the economy slowing down? This is cyclical stock. If the economy slows down, if fracking slows down, anything there, obviously this sector will get hurt. But the thing I like about this company is you're not betting on one railroad. You're taking advantage of all that because they're making rail cars for all the railroads out there.
All right, guys, thanks a lot.